What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another beautiful morning, afternoon, or night, whenever you watch this, to the grind of success. This one right here is definitely the meat and potatoes of the channel, or the Patreon, I should say. Now, granted, there's a lot of cool stuff on there, but I should say, like, for me, this is my favorite one. Because if you're struggling, like we all are, trying to figure out how to become a professional pro player, how to become a professional anything basically, how to be successful, how to be the better version of yourself possible, then this is the series. So basically I asked all these professionals the same amount of questions. Some are tournament pro players, some are professional sponsors, some are event coordinators, basically anybody that's very successful in the FGC, I reached out to them. So let's take that on right to Justin Wong and let's see what he said. Number one, he said, esports became my career. Going to tournaments was just a hobby for me growing up. But then it got to the point where teams wanted me to represent them and they would pay me a salary covering my flights and hotel. That is what a lot of you are dreaming of. Shit, I'm dreaming of that. Not necessarily as a pro player, but just to be sponsored as a channel and whatnot. That is one of the top definitions of success, when people will pay you to do what you love. When you get so good at doing what you love, the money will follow you. One of the biggest misconceptions or the most false statements I've ever heard in my life is, if you do what you love, you'll never have to work another day in your life. Bullshit. Now, I know what they're trying to say with that, but the bottom line, that's bullshit. Since I've been doing what I love, I've worked harder than I've ever worked in my damn life, because I have seen and realized what this all takes to make it happen and to make it grow. Now, the only difference is I love it. I look forward to it. There's sometimes when, I'm going through stuff and I'm depressed, or I'm just down. I'm so tired because I have to stay up and go to sleep so late and wake up so early, and sometimes still, go to work on the side just to make this happen. But the bottom line is, I'm excited now. Now, second question, he says, I don't know if there's a secret to his success, but I would say that he's persistent. I always wanted to get better and never wanted to give up, which got him to where he is now. That is key, because him and Still the Daddy pretty much said the same thing. They pushed their limits and they were consistent no matter what. Listen to me right now. Listen to me in my eyes. Listen, whatever it is you're trying to do, become a pro player, get a better job, get a promotion, lose weight, get in shape, whatever it is, it will not happen unless you are consistent with it. You have to be there. You have to have a game plan. And if you happen to mess up, get yourself up off the ground and then keep on going. The moment you stop is the moment that everything will stop from happening. I heard an awesome quote one time by somebody talking about game plans, and they broke it down with a metaphor like, say you wanted to cook something, you wanted dinner tonight, and you were like, you know what, I want to try chicken parmesan, but I don't know how to cook it, I never made it. So what would you do? All you would do was look up the steps, step by step, of how to make it. 1 teaspoon this, 3 teaspoons, a tablespoon, some chicken on a defrost, all that stuff. And guess what? After you followed the steps, you would have some chicken parmesan, and the more you did it, the better you'd be at it. It is the same thing with your personal life and your goals. All you have to do, if you want to be more successful, if you want more money, if you want to be a pro player, whatever it is that makes you happy, if you want to maximize it and be the best at it, all you have to do is look up the ingredients for it. Get some examples, some role models, some people that went before you and have already done what you're trying to do, have been where you're trying to go, and see step by step what it took for them to get there and apply that to your life. Number 3, when I say, is there a secret to your success, or is there any advice for somebody following your footsteps, is the one. He says, I would say don't quit your day job or drop out of school. I never fully committed until I saw I was guaranteed another source of income that was able to replace. Now imagine this, and I do this a lot because it helps me process the thought. Imagine you're on a ledge and you're hanging off and you're barely hanging on by one hand, and somebody from the next window is trying to save you and reaches their hand out. Now, you're not just gonna automatically let go of the ledge and reach for them, or you're gonna fall to your damn death. You're going to slowly reach off that damn ledge until you firmly have grasp with their hands and you know you're not going to fall. Then you're going to let go all the way so they can pull you up. That is the same way you make transitions with your life. It would be very foolish. A lot of us don't know when to fully commit to the dream. You know what I'm saying? If you are not fully stable yet, then you cannot fully commit yet to the dream, because you're going to end up sinking and plummeting, in financial death. You have to do it in a way to where little by little, as you start reaching, as you start working, to where there are some legs underneath your business, whatever that is, where you can finally let go fully and commit. Once your dream or your goal has established itself, it's like, yo, I can support you now. Last thing he says, I love it. I'm getting excited, man. Let's go. One hard lesson. This is what Justin said for the last one, where I said, what's one hard lesson you had to learn? He said, one hard lesson is that once you get to that level where you need to go to these events all the time, train all the time, etc., you lose your social life. So having a successful relationship will be very hard to manage as well. Now, this is real talk, because there's two things to get from this. For one, for pro players and professionals, you got to realize that once you get the success you want, there's more sacrifice that comes with it. For Justin, it's hard for him to say, it's almost like being a celebrity. It's hard for them to have a regular life, because they can't go to those birthday parties. They can't always go to those weddings. They can't even go to those dates. If you're in a relationship, you're traveling so much. You know how hard it is to be in a successful relationship when you're traveling so much? That's part of the reason why I stepped down from stand-up comedy. There was a lot of relationships that were on the line for me. I mean, that wasn't the whole reason, but it was a big part. And number two, what you can get from that is be careful of what you ask for, because you might just get it. If you want all this, if you want all that, once you get it, are you willing to make the sacrifices that it takes to keep it? Really think about that. Really look it up. And I'll leave you guys with this on this edition of Grind and Success. Think about what you want to do with your life in the small changes, brick by brick, until you build that damn building of success where you want to be, because it can happen. This channel is a perfect example. I literally grew about over 6,000 subscribers ever since I took these principles and applied them to myself in the last 3 to 4 months. The shit is crazy. My channel has literally gone to like 100,000 viewing minutes a month to over 800,000 viewing minutes in the last month alone. So the shit is popping. It's well over 1 million hits altogether. And this is the twisted thing. I never thought I could have this type of success, and I'm not even where I want to be yet. I'm still climbing. But the reason is because I had the wrong thinking. I never thought I could have this type of success that's continually growing, simply because I never thought I could have this type of success. Think about how obvious that line is. A lot of stuff we don't have, or we never think we could have, simply because we never think we can have it. Like, we defeat ourselves before we even try anything. So I don't care. I want to challenge you guys this week for the Grind and Success. We'll have another one next week. Challenge yourself to think of a goal, think of your dream, step by step, and try to get there for just this week alone. Do it. I don't care what the hell it is, and share in the comment section what that might be for you, and let's all go through this journey together. So I hope this all blessed you and then encouraged you, because I know it did me. I get excited talking about this shit because I can feel it now. And once you get to that level, there's nothing you can't do, man. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this series just for the Patreons. We'll see y'all soon. Peace.